Hawthorn going right to left in the first quarter. Maybe the slightest of breezes with them, but nothing in it. Wine back into the side, beaten in the middle by Lawrence. And that'll be a trip up. Gee, be careful with trips here after what we had at the tribunal during the week.
Interesting, Drew, that Deere and Lawrence both on the ball. They've got Griggy at full forward, Footscray. Hawkins now in that contest, starting on the ground, not on the bench.
Liberatore gets the ball out, and that's a push in the back, and we'll have a free kick here.
And Grant at full forward for Hawthorn, for Footscray, being picked up by Graham.
Driven along by Kellett to the goal square, and Grant marks.
That's interesting, the push. Oh, the umpire's picked it out. That's well done by the umpire, because he was into the back of Graham Grant.
And Mark Graham dashes away for Hawthorn, close to the boundary line, off hands, and the ball out of bounds.
Well, the ball at half back for the Hawks, half forward for the Bulldogs. Looks like Barry Stanfield to do the ruck work here. Scott McGuinness, number 20 versus number 17. Yes, Stanfield taking front position. Jenke over the back. The big thump back towards the line. Benny Allen can't get back there in time, and another throw-in to take place.
Paul Deer's gone into the forward pocket. He started as a ruck rover in the centre of the ground to the first bounce down, now going to the forward pocket, and he's been picked up by Brad Nicholson.
So again, Jenke coming over the back. Taken away by Mark Hunter. Brings it in towards Grigic. Couldn't take it. Here's a chance for Grant. A quick kick. And he has put it out on the full. Doubts on Langford and Dunstall, but they both have taken their place in this side, as we see bringing the ball back into play, Shane Crawford.
Out the half-back flank. Punch forward, comes to Liberatore. Footscray have started well. Left footer by Libba. Partly smothered. Back to the 50 it goes. Atkins back on the side. Up towards the goal square. In fact, in the forward pocket, Grigic takes the mark.
Now that's an interesting, because Graham was by himself, whether Langford's got Grant, but both of those players a long way from this man who has just taken the mark, Griggy.
Well, I think Langford has Grigic, and he was a long way from him.
It's interesting, Drew, that he was probably BOG or best for Footscray last week, playing in the ruck, lining up at full forward.
15 goals, 4 for the season for Big Ilya. And not a bad effort here from the pocket. Just offline.
So Big Ilya Grigic wearing the gloves. Quite a promising young player. Chris Langford, good to see him in that Hawthorn side. They badly missed him against Collingwood last week. He's really knits that back line together, Chris Langford. Victorian state player, of course, to the half-back line. They tried to flick it on. Here's Wine, brought to ground. A loose ball is with Atkins, who's back on the side. Here's Liberatore, the workhorse. Further afield is Stephen Credihook. Back it comes to Atkins. A quick kick to the half-forward line. Platten waits underneath, and also Lawrence. And Steve Lawrence takes the mark. Well judged, Mark. He kicks wide. Oh, it takes a long time to come down, but waiting underneath it was Benny Allen. A good mark.
Hawks haven't been forward yet. Still behind the centre with Lawrence. Up to Crawford. Over the centre circle now. Dunstall leading. Kick in that direction.
Wine getting back to help.
And Sexton doing particularly well. He has the job on Jason Dunstall. Out towards centre half-back. The kick by Sexton to centre wing. Gow's there for Hawthorn. All Footscray at Crummers. Kim Costa. The hand pass for Cameron. Oh, and that's a high tackle for a player outside the field of play. And it'll come back to him too for a free kick. And Nicholson will take this free. Do we pick it up here? Gow's got around his man and gave Nicholson one high.
Silly play by Andrew Gow's. It was unnecessary. As we see Nicholson clearing the centre wing area. The flyer is Scott McGuinness, couldn't mark Platten, taps it away to Condon, a dangerous hand pass, might come off. A good tap on to Benny Allen from Crawford. That's good play. Deere in the race for the ball. Quill's too quick for him though. Peter Quill, the former West Australian. Oh yes, he gets away easily from Paul Deere. Brings it towards centre wing where Andy Collins puts himself in the contest. That was good play. Hawkins caught. Gets in a hand pass. Strong work going out there on centre wing. Here's Allen again. Gives a hand pass back. And a quick kick around the boundary line finds Collins. Andy Collins, the chip pass. He's looking for Platten. Where's Dunstall? Here he is. The lead is on. A daisy cutter. Oh, that is champagne stuff. Beautiful football from Platten.
Just looked a little bit shaky as he got up then. Dunstall limping.
He did. That had put the knee to the test.
My word. And also Singleton looks as if he's hurt himself as well. We watched this on replay.
Yes, they're calling for...
there, the jarring action, and then he goes down on the knee. So there was a lot of pressure, and you can see him there grimacing.
Well, this will test that right knee out with this kick from 48 metres. Not a bad kick. Look at that for a goal. Well, oh, that hurt him too. But he kicked right through it, and he's in pain. But good play by the Hawks.
Do you think he kicked right through it, Peter? I thought he might have just pulled it a bit, and not his normal kicking style. Well, watch the build-up here. Platten, an excellent pass. And look at the pressure. Pressure there. Bang down on the knee again. And he's grimacing there. Oh, let's hope he's all right. Sexton. Maybe a broken arm.
Well, Sexton looks as though he'd be coming off. Certainly coming off in one action there. An arm injury to Sexton and worsened knee for Dunstall. But Dunstall kicked the goal. Allen gets the handball out to Pritchard. His left footer up towards half forward. Taylor, good mark. The Hawks on the run, going left and right. It comes back to Pritchard. His centering kick for Platten. Drops the mark on the 50. Nicholson at the back. Kicks out of bounds on the full.
Oh, what rotten luck for Sexton. That is rotten luck, isn't it?
Well, Southern might go to full-back, Don. That is right. That looks like a break.
Is that shoulder? The shoulder, actually, Peter. That looks very unusual,
yes,
doesn't it?
Yes.
Look at the way that right shoulder is. Oh.
Nicholson. Well, he'll take a free kick here. His third free kick.
Southern's gone to full-back, Drew, on Dunstall.
Well, he certainly played the position, but in the opening 5 minutes of the game, that could be disaster for Footscray yet. Here's Pritchard out of a congested pack. Here's Nicholson again. He's right in the game.
So Brad Nicholson, a promising young player. Bringing it again to the half-back line. Wyndon Taylor. Good mark, Taylor. Jason Taylor, strong overhead. Gives it on to Allen. Now will he look for Dunstall on the left foot? Here he is. Yes. Oh, that is great football by Hawthorn. And that hits the champion full forward on the navel again, Don.
Yes, I'm just amazed nowadays the skill that these players do possess. Allen's pass, normally a right foot kick, was on the left and still spotted Dunstall. Excellent.
So Jason Dunstall for his second of the game. He is directly in front. Yes, no doubt about it. It's another one.
Oh, here's a freak.
Great start for the Hawks. 2 goals to the champion, full forward. Terrific start.
Now watch Allen here. It was a good mark initially by Taylor, getting him in front of Wine. Then plays on quickly. And what's the skill of Allen? Centering the ball, left foot, normally a right foot kick. Excellent lead too. But you can lead with faith when you've got players further up the ground capable of such delivery.
They've got Nicholson now fullback.
Well, Dunstall with his third opponent already. Hunter, a high ball out of the middle. It's gone the 10. No attempted mark there. Punch on by Stanfield. Collins goes to Atkins. Hurriedly onto the right boot to full forward. Graham works his way to the front. At the back, Langford. Nice to see him back. What a perfect left foot pass to Platten. Kicked by Platten over centre wing. Awkward for Taylor, a half volley. Hargraves is there. He's swamped. Liberatore for Footscray. Atkins has been right in the play. Chance here for Footscray. Jason Watts to centre half forward. All Hawthorn. Ray Jenke.
Yes, dependable player, Jenke. Oh, the umpires could made him play on. That's bad. There were 2 men on the mark. Oh, boy. Out it comes. McGuinness. Jenke couldn't believe it. The short one out wide. This is Hargraves, a promising young player. Bringing in towards half forward. The lead is on. Hudson dives. Danger here for Footscray. Hawthorn on a roll. Now, will he look for the full forward? Oh, it's an ordinary kick. Dunstall out in front, though. He's got it. Oh, look at this. Good play, Dunstall. Back it comes to Ben Allen. Ben Allen looking for the chip pass, and he found Gowers. Hawthorn looking dangerous. The short pass is on. Who's that? That's Steve Lawrence. A long way out. He can go in short. But now he's steadying and going back. Kicking it up high. Went for the torpedo punt. It's a wobbly one. No mark. The ball hits the deck. Taylor dropped it like a red-hot poker. And Costa gets it out to Dougie Hawkins, the idol of the Footscray. Oh, he's kicked it straight to Crawford. Crawford in towards goal, across the face, and helped on its way by Nicholson. One behind of the Hawks.
Well, it's certainly thrown Footscray out. That injury to Sexton. Nicholson now at full back, or we believe at full back. Hawkins getting still a long way down the ground. He's playing in the forward pocket. He's going back to that position now.
Here's Watts, who's played every game in the seniors this year in his first year. Wind hasn't quite got the feel yet. You just field with Scott Wind, the ex-Brownlow medalist. Atkins goes off the ground. McGuinness for Hawthorn, charged at it, read it well. The hand pass, trouble for you, Crawford. He's lost it. Liberatore goes over the top with his hand pass to Croft. Left footer to the 50, and Jenke for the second time in a minute, uncontested. On the rebound, he puts it out in front of Condon. Leading kick winner in the competition, Anthony Condon. The hand pass to Taylor. Now to Platten, and they're finding holes, Hawthorn. Dunstall a bit behind this time. He goes back towards the goal line. The kick for Dunstall. Swamped. They want a free kick, the Hawthorn fans. Nothing doing. Footscray out of trouble. Nicholson goes the hand pass. Now they're running it. Hunter over centre wing. Oh, top mark by McGuinness.
Well, he tried one earlier, Drew. It didn't come off. Really, that's not the ideal thing for a back man. When you're caught behind, you should be punching the ball forward.
Jarman. Oh, almost a mark. Umpire calling play on. Here's Gowers, but a free kick in the meantime. Too high on Denny Southern. So Southern at half back for the Bulldogs. Gives off a hand pass. This is Jason Watts to the centre of the ground. Jenke disciplined play to Taylor. On to Pritchard. Where's Dunstall? There he is. Oh, good mark. This is good stuff. This is perfect full forward play. And what about the delivery, Don?
Yes, it was interesting. I was watching Peter. He made the lead, then he stopped realising that he might get caught out, Dunstall, and when there he is slowing down. He just could not get there. Nicholson.
Gee, when you're talking champions, doesn't he? The cream float to the surface with this bloke.
He is the perfect full forward, this guy. Kicking for his third. It'll be a great start for the Hawks. He stabs at that one, no doubt about it. 3 goals to the Hawks. 3 goals to Dunstall, and they lead by 18 points.
He does work hard on his game too as far as the strength. He's in the gymnasium most of the time, pushing the weights, especially for the upper body. And that upper body gives him a lot of, that strength in the upper body gives him a lot of speed over the first couple of yards. In fact, he's probably one of the fastest men at Hawthorn over the first couple of yards, Jason Dunstall.
Well, an amazing start to the game for Dunstall. There have been 3 goals kicked and he's got the lot. Atkins comes wide. Cameron up to the 50. Grant tries to shrug off his opponent. Gets there but drops the mark. Tunnels the ball through to Stanfield. A bit of a fumble. Grigic. Spoiled by Langford. So 2 veterans. Langford at one end, Dunstall at the other. You would have to doubt that either is 100% fit, both doing the job perfectly.
Well, Hawthorn are a much better side when they're playing. They struggle when either one of those two is out. As you could see last week against Collingwood when Langford didn't play. Here's Grigic. Platten working hard. Socket away. That was by Pritchard. Here's Platten. Oh, good play by the little rover. Onto the left foot. Bringing it towards half back, and he's looking good, Taylor, early in the piece. And a diving attempt. He couldn't quite hang on to the mark. Half forward for Footscray. They've been blitzed early here. 3 goals to Jason Dunstall.
Well, they just didn't capitalise early. Footscray held sway for the first 5 minutes, but just couldn't convert on the scoreboard. It was down in their forward line.
Here's Anthony Condon trying to get it back to Gow. As he does so, they look pretty switched on, Hawthorn. Half forward. Oh, goal! Good mark. That's Hargraves. Hargraves brings it further afield, looking down in the Hudson direction. But it's tapped over the line by Peter Quill.
There's young Tim Hargraves, playing his 6th game from Berrigan, former All-Australian Teal Cup player. Wind and Deer. Deer got his fist to that one to work it to the back. Through goes Condon. Cameron brings him to a sudden halt. Well, I'm just in awe of this display put on by Jason Dunstall. 3 marks, 3 goals. Just perfect full forward play. Footscray free kick.
No, that's fair enough.
Oh, weren't they both holding each other, Don?
Frees 6-1 in favour of Footscray. Up to centre wing, and Stanfield takes the mark. Gee, it's about 3 kicks to the goal square from there. Stanfield's kick. Hawkins chopped out of it. Langford came well up the ground with Grigic. Collins delayed the hand pass. McGuinness kicked blindly straight to the opposition. They might get it yet, though.
Oh,
good tackle by Hunter. Now Footscray have it. Hawkins just gets boot the ball. Ellis, number 32. And there's Andy Collins. He'll be last up. The back pocket up on centre wing, and he's got the free.
And a few ironical cheers because there's been 6-1 in the free kick department as we see Collins bringing it wide, looking for Paul Deere, who's been quiet so far. The ball thumped the ground. Good play by Crawford. Tried to tap it on towards the Jarman direction. Free kick to Hawthorn again. Crawford working hard there now.
He was leg, Peter.
Hudson's on the lead. So is Dunstall. Here he comes at the back. Yes! Oh, this is champagne stuff. I don't want to use that word all day, but this is perfect full forward play.
Well, interesting enough, although they've got possession, he's probably only 20 metres further or closer to goal than what Crawford was. Dunstall, he's gone right across the ground with that kick. It was a good kick out into space.
Well, if he kicks this, it'll be 4 straight to this champion player from 50 metres. Oh, look at that. It's another one. Well, are we going to witness something here today? We talked about Ablett up in Sydney having a chance for a huge total. 4 goals early. He could do anything today.
Well, he could, but he has started like this in the past, Peter, and just drifted out of the game. Let's hope he can continue on because of the rate he's going now. He'll be averaging 60. Well, he could get to 16 goals quite easily.
Bit of a biff on at centre wing on the far side before the umpire bounces the ball. Dunstall 4 straight, and he has 7 minutes to go to quarter time to add to it. He kicked 5 in the opening quarter when Hawthorn belted Adelaide in Adelaide. Look at Hargraves charging at the ball, but the whistle's gone a Footscray free. Leon Cameron to take it. There have been 4 goals kicked in the game, all to Dunstall. Kicked by Cameron. Stanfield in front. McGuinness did well. Down to Quill in the front. His hand pass comes into Hunter. His pass is low and wide for Grant. Great mark!
That was a great mark.
Sensational mark.
That was just fantastic. The way that he put his hands out and then, it's hard to describe the way he just rubbed his hands around, pulled it into his body. That was a great mark.
A mark to Hunter. He wants to go on with it. The kick for goal won't carry. Langford in front, finds the boundary line. Well, how do you beat these Hawks at either end of the ground?
Well, here's that mark. Look at this. Oh, that is just sensational.
Well, actually, when you look at that, that's not a mark. That ball hit the ground. But the umpire was at the blind side, so you could forgive him for that. Now, here's Hunter. Oh, that's holding the ball. No. Well, Ben Allen on to McGuinness. McGuinness wide. Taylor's looking good at half-forward. The Hawthorn are really switched on today after their drubbing last week at the hands of Collingwood. McGuinness very slow to get rid of it. Platton's got a couple of tall men to beat. Oh, here's Dunstall again. He's got to get away from Wine. Liberatore's there to help. Oh, look at the tackle by Dunstall. Taken away, though, by Watts. And Footscray in all sorts of trouble here with Hawthorn playing at their top.
Nearly worth a kick, the tackle.
Oh,
it was a beauty.
It was fantastic, wasn't it? Again, that was the speed he does possess, using it defensively. But Taylor is also a key to this side at centre half forward.
Oh, Footscray really facing the music here. Watts gets the ball out. Costa. Kellett over centre wing. McGuinness spoiling. He's doing that well. Taylor comes back, concedes ground to Jenke. Good distance with Jenke's kick. Deere charged at it. Wind might get into it here. Scott Wind hasn't played since the 3rd round. Away to Cameron. Kick by Cameron, short of half forward. Oh! Langford a mile up the ground and a mile in the air. That comes to Pritchard. This is sensational. That was Jarman, now Gowers, and more coming for Hawthorn here. Short of the 50, Hargraves. Dunstall's back in the goal square. Now he's led. Another one for Dunstall. He's got a break. And Jason Dunstall will be kicking for his 5th in the opening quarter.
This is great to watch, isn't it?
Well, Wine's supposed to get back there and break up the hole, fill up the holes, but he's just not getting back there quick enough. Also, Lawrence is a problem because he's so mobile that Hawthorn will use him on occasions too. So it's a one-on-one situation for Dunstall.
50 metres out. Injured knee. Dunstall, 5 straight.
That is some effort. Really, you've got to take your hat off. Is their only avenue to goal in the first quarter, Dunstall. 5 goals he's kicked. But he's getting away. Well, this youngster in Nicholson, Brad Nicholson, he's only 19. It's his 2nd year at Footscray.
I hate to say it, but I've always thought this is the man capable of beating Fred Fanning's record. 18 goals is the league record. Now he's kicked 5 and it's not quarter time yet. The way Hawthorn dispose of the ball, he'd have some sort of chance. Now here's Atkins. Footscray badly needing a couple of goals. Here's their chance. Callan. No, it's not. It's Croft. Onto the right foot. Brings it into goal. Touched.
It was touched
off the boot. So things not going Footscray's way. They have been blitzed in this first term.
Interesting to note, as soon as Griggett goes on the ball, they got some benefit. He was a good player last week on the ball, starting in the forward pocket.
Oh, Cameron takes a mighty mark. Half forward for the Bulldogs. Unmarked in the forward pocket is Croft. He'll take a free kick. Front on spoil, head high, and Croft will be going for the Bulldogs' first goal.
He's had a wretched hamstring, Drew. He's been out for 8 weeks with a hamstring problem. That is a long time to be out of action. He must have really given him a decent old rip.
It's 5 goals won to 2 behinds. And Hawthorn tearing Footscray apart like they did to Adelaide in Adelaide a couple of weeks ago. Croft to break the drought. Good looking kick. And close, but I think he might have just missed. Yep.
Well, they need everything they can get at the moment, the Bulldogs, because they have been blitzed by this Hawthorn onslaught, and a brilliant display at full forward by Dunstall, who's kicked 5. Now Langford, he's thinking about the short one. Now he's still going to go out wide to Scott McGuinness. Now McGuinness, he's going to run close to the man here, but he brings it to halfback. Griggett should mark that, yes. He had his name written all over it. Ilya Griggett. They need a goal before quarter time badly. Oh, here's their chance. Unmarked. Doug Hawkins. And the Footscray champ will kick from 45 metres directly in front. And to say they need a goal is an understatement.
Yes, I'm impressed with Griggett. Just unfortunate there's 2 big men in the side. They've got to share the ruck equally.
Doug Hawkins for the Bulldogs first, and I think he has snuck this one in. He has. So a badly needed goal to Footscray. So they kick their first. 1-3 plays 5-1.
Obviously he's hurt his mouth a bit, Doug Hawkins, but he is a very skilled player, Hawkins. From the time he came into this side, initially he was a little bit wayward, possessed a lot of skill. This man here I'm impressed with. The big fellow, number 1, Griggett. And Hawkins off the bench last week, but starting on the ground today.
Just under 2.5 minutes to go to quarter time. Griggett wins in the middle. Condon caught in Liberatore's tackle. He's the best tackler in the competition, but it's a free kick to Condon. Up towards half forward. Deere. He'll take a free kick. Kick by Deere. More for Dunstall. It drops short of him here. Hargraves tries to get through. The hand pass comes out to the man from Fish Creek. Stanfield came from Crediuk, and the ball out of play. Under 2 minutes to quarter time.
West coming on, Drew. don't know who Footscray going to make the change with, but that's Scott West.
Kellett towards centre wing. Griggich the flyer. Platten. Oh, well played by Griggich. Knocked on by Collins was good play. And Taylor helps it on its way over the line at half forward for the Hawks. Now, who's on Dunstall down there? Now it's Credihook as we...
That's 4 opponents.
Well, it's not a bad effort in the first term. Admittedly, Ben Sexton was injured. Looks like a serious arm injury. Platten gets it to Tallis. Tallis around the corner looking for Hudson. Hudson front position. I'm very impressed with that little Hargraves. He and also his teammate Shane Crawford, very, very alike in the way they play.
Yep, Hargraves, just 19 years of age last Monday. Had a birthday last week. Griggich front position. Pulled off the ball. Chance for the Hawks here. Crawford floats one over the top. Hudson's been pretty quiet. He's lost it to Liberatore. The hand pass clear. There's Stanfield. Pulled off his kick. Did that go 10? Southern. It's coming back to Stanfield. Well, he's not sure what to do. The Hawks getting around this ground like a swarm of bees. Crawford got a finger to it. It gets to the back to Jarman. Pulled off it by Kellett. Liberatore. Short of centre half forward. In the direction of Hawkins, but Collins. Here's Andy Collins. Nest of Hawks. Platten. Kick by Platten. Wide to centre wing to Andy Gowers. Playing on Cameron. There's time to wait. Jarman doubled up. It's McGuinness. Dunstall leading again. Very wide on the bounce. And the ball out of play. So Credihook actually got it away from Dunstall that time. Well done.
Gowers had a lot of time to do what he wanted with that ball on centre wing before setting it up with a hand pass to McGuinness.
So about 60 metres from the Hawthorn goal. The last thing Footscray would want here is a goal to the Hawks as big Griggich punches it back. They certainly look a better side with Griggich on the ball, Don.
Oh, he did well last week, Peter.
And here he is against Steve Lawrence. Lawrence, some holding going on. Lawrence trying to tap it on. Tackled by Tallis. Cameron went without it. Deer lies on top of the ball. And the umpire said he was cocked in the back. Now, Paul Deer. Dunstall's one out if he kicks it now. He's kicking it wide to Dunstall. He's 1-on-1. He's at the back. Oh, he nearly took that one-handed. He lays the tackle on Credihook. And Footscray come away towards Hawkins. He flies. Can't mark. Here's Cameron, a classy player, Leon Cameron. Transfers play. Will they have time to score? Stanfield inside. Atkins, as the siren will go, so it won't be a mark. And a quarter time here at Waverley, we've witnessed a great exhibition of full forward play by the champ Jason Dunstall. He's kicked 5 and Hawthorn 5-1 lead Footscray 1-3. The Hawks in the first term have kicked 5-1 to 1-3, of which Jason Dunstall has kicked the whole 5 in a great exhibition. So a big term, an important term coming up to the Bulldogs. In Don, an important game for both sides.
Well, it is, Peter, but then again, it's interesting the way that I was interested in the way they lined up. You know, they had a big forward line, Footscray, but really they dropped a couple of goal kickers and they haven't got an avenue to goal at the moment.
And there's Scott McGuinness who's doing well, getting it to Deer. Deer onto the left foot. Dunstall races out against Credihook. Free kick, no! Oh, the Hawthorn players won't like, the supporters don't like it. As we see Quill back towards half back, and the mark taken there by Brad Nicholson.
Footscray running it out of defence. Here's Nicholson. He might enjoy himself a bit more now than being on Dunstall. Bounces just over centre wing. West steers the ball to centre half forward. Collins has been an attacking back pocket player, but he's given it away here to Smith, who came off the bench in the first quarter and snaps a great goal.
Well, they've got the first, and that's what they wanted, Footscray. Smith, a very good player in the reserves last week, hence he's got his promotion. And here's Scott West, also started on the bench getting involved. He's responsible for getting it down there, but Collins handballs to nobody in particular. There are 3 Footscray players, not a Hawthorn teammate around, and Smith capitalises.
So the Bulldogs back in it as Wine flicks it back. Gowers, Platten, Platten draws the man, then on to Ben Allen. Hudson at the back. Taylor at the front. Back to a clever play onto Hudson from Taylor. Now onto the left foot. Brings it in towards the pocket. Dunstall and Crediuk. And the umpire said holding the man to Steve Crediuk, who didn't have the ball.
And it's good to see Crediuk attacking the ball. Not interested in Dunstall. He's prepared to leave him and run hard at the ball.
Kick by Crediuk, short of centre wing. Lawrence punches down, comes to Condon. Ben Allen. Jarman. Wide for Hudson, just inside the boundary line, about 70 metres from goal. Dunstall is behind Crediuk. He's up towards the goal square. It's a long kick. Will it reach? Dunstall works to the front and takes the mark.
What a player.
Well, how do you beat him? Crediuk was in front.
Too strong.
That's right. He's just too strong, Drew. As I said earlier, he really does push the heavy weights. And watch him starting in front, and then he's able to hold his position. And that is just through sheer strength.
Well, we saw him getting rid of Craig Kelly last week like he was a fly, and Kelly is a strong man. So Dunstall, we did a test in 7 Nightly News last year. He was the strongest in the competition. Here he is for number 6. 6 straight.
Well, I'm starting to run out of space where I mark the goals down. His 6th goal, Dunstall. Incredible performance here. And there is the attempt by Crediuk to grab the jumper, but as he was falling, but to no avail.
He was a bit stiff too, not to get a free kick about 2 minutes ago, and similar position. So back to the centre. 6-1 to 2-3. Wine getting a lot of hit outs. Now some strong tackling, and the umpire will bounce it again.
I think Lawrence is breaking even there, Pete.
Wine.
With Wine, yeah. As far as the hit outs go.
He's getting his hand on it a fair bit, isn't he? But it's who gets it out of the centre that's pretty important. And Wine again gets it. Nicholson on to Cameron. Now Hunter. Down towards half forward. Clears the pack. Andy Collins to mop up. A clever little hand pass to Langford. Langford around the boundary line. But it clears the line for a throw-in.
No, I think that Langford might have been over the line, actually, when he let that ball go.
Langford against Grigic. 1 gets it down to 1, but it's Grigic to Jenke. There's Big Ilya. Jenke goes back to Platten. His hand pass blocked by West. Might have taken a free kick. He has. John Platten, very quiet last week. Brilliant and outstanding the week before in Adelaide. Kick by Platten. Just over half-back flank. Mark to Hunter before the ball was punched out.
No doubt about that. That was a mark. So Hunter has had a fine season, enjoying the playing at midfield. Here's a chance for the Bulldogs as the ball hits the deck with Genki to mop up on the left foot, kicks to the wide open spaces. It's all Footscray though. Hunter again, props, brings it in towards Croft. He can't mark. Liberatore's, another free kick. And it is paid to Croft. The Hawthorn player ran straight at him. Croft, way out at half forward. Slight hesitation. He's going to bring it in long, hoping someone can take a mark in the square. It's 2-on-2. Who's got the height? It flicks over off the back, off the hands, and through for 1 behind to Footscray.
Well, the reason Croft had to go long was that the 2 big fellows, Grant and Grigic, weren't prepared to give a lead. They were stationary in the goal square. Croft had no other option.
Langford straight up the ground, looking for Deer. He goes to ground. Platten taps on. Well done by Liberatore. And the umpire will ball it up. An interesting mini battle going on here. The 2 centremen, Condon and Hunter, are the top 2 kick winners in the competition. At the moment, Hunter's had 10 kicks, Condon 1.
Gowers against Croft. Gowers grabbed when he didn't have it. And Gowers trying to get it out. And the umpire will come in and bounce. So it's about 50 metres out from the Footscray goal. Dougie Hawkins on screen wearing number 60. Collins on the left foot to centre wing. Well played by Nicholson. Brings it in towards half forward. Good kick and a great mark under pressure to Chris Grant.
Let's hope he's got his kicking boot on. He's already had a shot and missed. 4 points last week. They need a focal point up forward, and this is the man who can deliver if he can kick straight.
So Chris Grant from 51 metres. There's the drop punt, and it's a goal. Good kick. A badly needed goal to the Bulldogs, as they've kicked their third. 6-1, plays 3-4.
He's got a lot of ability, Chris Grant, one of their better players last week. 13 kicks and 5 hand passes, only managed 4 points on the scoreboard. Had he have kicked straighter, might have been a different result last week against Carlton. That was a good kick from a long way out.
Wind with a bit of a run at them, but Lawrence wins it. Southern was in there. Hand pass comes back from, and through Allen it goes to Jarman. Across to Gower, centre wing. Taylor, awkward half volley, good gather. Then he fumbled. Now he's in a bit of trouble. Dodging, weaving. That's good support. Pritchard. Dunstall leading. The kick in that direction. Oh, he got a hand to it. Off hands it goes to Kellett. Sweeps it wide. Taken by Cameron. Leon Cameron's hand pass. Too high for Kellett. Now a chance for the Hawks. Jarman shrugs a tackle. Pumps it high. Hargraves. Couldn't quite bring it down. Hudson's got it in front of him. Takes it away. Lawrence paddles for Dunstall. Unselfish hand pass. Out it comes to Crawford, who kicks a great goal.
Well, I'm going to take my hat off to Hudson on that occasion. We can get the replay to go back far enough. The way that he trapped it and kicked it along the ground, didn't give away the free kick. Well, watch this. Now watch Hudson. He'll contest here. Hargraves up, ball down, spills out, first off the ground. Now watch this. Not kicking in danger, but he still gets his boot there, gets it free. He was responsible. Well done by Lawrence. Excellent by Dunstall, and well finished off by Crawford.
Plays 3-4 as Lawrence tries to tap it back to Crawford. A sweeping hand pass. Danny Southern mops up, caught, loses it in the tackle. Umpire calling play on. Liberatore out wide, racing after to Scott West. A hand pass comes back to West, up towards full forward. Langford did that well. Look at that for agility. Good play to McGuinness. He's got to get rid of it. Too slow, Scott McGuinness. Now a chance for West. On to Croft. He's caught in the tackle. Gets in a hand pass. Punched away by Graham. Here's Lawrence. Well played by the Hawks to get out of jail. And that experienced back line. Langford now and Condon combining. Condon's got to kick it quickly as he brings it to centre wing. Good play to Taylor.
Absolutely sensational football by Hawthorn. Pritchard wide to Hudson. Quill with him. And Quill can't keep it in. We'll have a throw in.
They're a better team on a bigger ground, Hawthorn.
Well, amazing.
Pinpoint accuracy.
Yep. And amazingly, Footscray haven't played here since 1992. So they'll be found out on this big ground. Deer front position. But it comes to Hunter, who gets his 11th kick. Platten punches. Might come back to him. West over the ball. Pushed in the back, says the umpire.
Oh.
He tripped over himself.
Of course he did.
Kick by Scott West. Up towards centre half forward. Yeah, good mark to Croft.
So Matthew Croft way out at half forward. The lead is on. Here's a chance for Grigich. Yes, good marking. Gets away from Langford.
Bad, is he? 6'9".
Pretty quick for a big bloke.
He laid a tackle there, Peter, earlier, which was terrific for a big fellow. Just maybe 30 seconds ago. Really did show there's just not a one-wayer. And for to move the way he does, it's sensational. He'll be a good player.
Ilya Grigich. Slight angle. The Bulldogs could do with this one. Oh, an ordinary looking kick off the boot, but he might sneak it in for a goal. Yes. So Grigich kicks his first. The Bulldogs hanging in there. Hawthorn can't put a big space. 4-4 to 7-1.
Well, he really has had a lack of opportunity, Grigich, because of the fact that Wine is the #1 ruckman. This man should be playing #1 on his present form. Ellis on too, and Southern off for Footscray.
3 goals to 2 Footscray in this quarter. Platten and Liberatore, 2 Brownlow medalists. Knock forward for Hawthorn. That'll be a free kick to Footscray to Cameron. It's not Cameron. It's to Ellis. Just at the back edge of the centre square. Hawkins wants a long one. Hawkins playing on Collins. Straight up the centre of the ground. No height there for Footscray at all. In the direction of Hunter. Stanfield. Ball buffeted out of his arms. And again Hawks like a swarm of bees. The hand pass to Platten. He floats one in. Pritchard on the run. This is perfect. Jarman, a leading Dunstall. Here he comes.
We're prepared to run Hawthorn, especially up around midfield. Jarman was on the move before the ball was in his vicinity. And the other interesting thing is they're prepared, Hawthorn, to give it and share it around, encouraging one another with their running.
I'd say you'd have to say they have got the best disposal of any side in the competition.
Skill level's exceptional, isn't it?
Well, Dunstall has kicked 6, going for number 7, which would be his 50th of the season. And there it is, 7 straight, and for the season he's kicked 50-21.
It's a great conversion rate, 2-1 as far as goals go. The other interesting thing, there's only one other player, and that is Crawford, who figures on the goal kickers list for Hawthorn today. But Dunstall under a cloud. I believe jarred his knee initially. Grimaced as he got up, but has gone.
Lawrence and Wine. Wine got his hand to it. Here's Scott McGuinness getting it to Condon. Good play by Condon to tap it on. Ellis appealing for a free kick. Gives it to West. Further afield is Hunter. And the umpire will bring this back. It'll have to come back for a push in the back. There's a dust-up behind the play here on centre wing. So Mark
Wouldn't
Hunter.
that be a relayed free kick?
No, because it was as he kicked it, Don. Up towards full forward. Mark!
You've got to pay that.
Griggage. Good mark. The big arms went up in front of the pack and the gloves wrapped themselves around the ball for a good mark.
Kim Costa coming on for Footscray. And going off is Brad Nicholson.
So Ilya Grigic kicking for his second from directly in front, and the Hawks can't shake off the Bulldogs at the moment. As Grigic kicks, and here's goal. So Big Ilya has kicked 2, and the Bulldogs now trail by 15 points only.
Grigic wearing those gloves that full-back Tony Campbell imports. And they're very good gloves too. Really do give another dimension to this game. You see there the gloves there. An adhesive type material on the palm. Very light, very flexible. And you still get a good feel of the ball.
Footscray with a slight breeze in this quarter, and they're doing all right, but Hawthorn have it again. Gowers, spilt mark by Quill. Could be very costly. Well, they hack it out of there somehow. Now they're off and running. West, hand pass, Hunter. Mark Hunter's been superb. To centre half forward. It drops short of Hawkins wearing number 60. Here's Langford. Good scoop off the deck by Grant. Going past is Kellett. 60 metres from goal. Kick across the ground. West at the back. Here's Costa, the former South Australian. Atkins made a good start, but quiet since the opening 8 minutes. Pritchard comes out for Hawthorn. His kick a fraction astray. Goes to Cameron. Gets around them beautifully. Little left footer, and Smith marks.
He's got great skills too, Cameron. And Footscray, they're not done, although Hawthorn have really controlled this game. There's only a matter of 15 points of difference.
Kick by Smith. Grant the only chance. Outnumbered 3-1. Beats 1, beats 2. Well done. Kick by Grant. Into the post.
Well, the Hawthorn player made a bad mistake there. Was it Crawford? He should have tackled instead of trying to bunt Grant, which was... Grant had the ball. It's useless trying to bump a guy who's got the ball. He can bounce off you.
Especially on the forward line, Pete.
Well, here's Langford. He's looking for the long kick here, I would think. Straight up the middle.
Well, he's got a bit of movement there, Pete.
Now he's kicking it to the outer side of the ground. It's thumped away. Hawthorn through Allen. Oh, here's Gowers way out. Oh, one-handed by Gowers. That wasn't good play. That's poor play, in fact. Allows Cameron in. Cameron rebounds it and brings it down to Croft.
And he was looking for Croft. That was a well-judged kick.
So Matthew Croft way out at half forward. Bring it to centre half forward. Hoping Griggich can take a mark. Langford and Griggich nearly a mark. Liberatore around the corner. Up he goes to the square. Players set themselves, thumped away. That was good disciplined play. Crawford went without it. Still with Crawford. A hand pass out wide to Jarman. Jarman to Collins. And they're going to mop up here, Hawthorn. That's a clever kick by Collins to find Lawrence. Stephen Lawrence, he's chipping it towards the half-forward line. Hargraves back with the flight. Couldn't take the mark. Gowers went the wrong way. Kicked further afield by Cameron and the Bulldogs through Hawkins. Go wide, and this is Scott West.
And a chance to get a goal here. Kick by West, but attacking defence by Jenke. Hunter gets the hand pass out. The umpire said he threw it. And it's a free kick. Hunter's had 13 kicks and no handballs. His first attempt at handball was illegal.
He had 25 kicks last week without a handball.
Crawford, cornered. Oh, look at the space for Gowers. He's got Platten in support. John Platten up towards half forward. Hudson caught behind this time, and Quill gets the ball out of play.
I should be corrected. He had one handball out of those 25 kicks last week, Mark Hunter. There's a fight in the centre of the ground.
And Jarman in the middle of it. 6 possessions for Jarman.
Here's Gowers. A quick kick was clever. Atkins. Oh, that was well done. Liberatore on the left foot. A wobbly kick. Andy Collins in front against Hawkins. A free kick to Hawkins.
Too big Hawkins.
Oh, Collins can't believe it. It could have been a free kick to Collins.
And actually, Hawkins appealing for the fact the ball didn't come straight back to him. And he might have had a case there because...
Well, Hunter towards half forward. And that's poor play by Hawthorn. They waited. Ben Allen waited and let Grant take that mark. Now Grant from 65 metres brings it in towards Griggich and Langford. It could be a goal. Yes!
Grant's second goal. And up till now it's been Hawthorn, Footscray, Hawthorn, Footscray, Hawthorn, Footscray as far as the goal sequence goes. But Footscray have kicked the last 2. Lawrence is now off the ground. Tallis back on for Hawthorn. And this ball going over the top of the players, bouncing in the square, and just kept on running.
Now just 8 points the margin, and still 5.5 minutes of Breeze-assisted time for Footscray in this second quarter. Well, the Hawks kicked the first 5 goals of the game, and it looked like being 200 to nothing. Ellis thrown to the ground, and the umpire will come in and will ball it up.
Well, Footscray have had 4 avenues to goal. Drew, Grant, Griggy, Hawkins, and also Smith. Whereas Hawthorn have just had Dunstall and Crawford.
Dunstall 7 goals, Crawford 1. Footscray with a free kick. Ellis goes on quickly, comes wide, dived by Croft, no mark. Off the ground, it comes to Pritchard, forward of centre wing. Sweeps the hand pass. Gowers back to Pritchard. A chance to build up again for the Hawks. Kick by Pritchard. Scott Wine gets there to take the mark.
It's the first time he's taken one of those marks. His job is to get back and block up on Dunstall.
He played 3 games in the first 3 rounds and had a total of about 15 possessions when he clearly wasn't fit.
Here's Ben Allen racing after it. How will the umpire see that? I thought that was even a bit soft. He took a dive forward, but the free kicks have certainly gone the way of Footscray, and the Hawthorn supporters very happy. But Ben Allen, a beautiful kick to Pritchard. Now Pritchard's got running players everywhere here. Condon will get back onto his right foot here. They've got to move it quickly to Dunstall. Wine getting into the hole. Dunstall. Wine again saves the day. He's getting back there quick. That's why Hawthorn have to move it quickly in 50 metres.
Well,
Dunstall saying the umpire, what for?
well, he said he pulled him back across the head. He's giving a 50-metre penalty. That's an interesting one, isn't it?
Well,
now we'll watch this on replay.
now let's see where the 50 is. Oh, come on.
Really?
What is the game
Soft.
becoming? You wonder about, don't you? Jarman at half-back. Fancy giving 50 for that.
Oh, great mark by Jarman. Kick very wide. Taylor. Oh, terrific gather. He was out. The ball was in. Crawford. He's nearly tripped up there by Kellett. And the nothing doing for that. Hawthorn fans wanting a free kick. Comes to Stanfield. His hand pass. The Footscray free kick. And listen to the Hawthorn mob. Are they going crook?
They've had a rough go, in my opinion.
Free kicks are 16-9 in favour of Footscray. Nigel Kellett with the free. Stranger things have happened. Footscray could nearly lead at half-time. Here's Grant. Well done by Smith. Platten. Good running by John Platten. Back to Allen. And in space is Gowers.
Gowers racing away. Now they can create the loose man here. The chip pass on to Raiden Tallis. Tallis wants to give it back. Gowers again on the left foot looking for Paul Deere. He's got him. Now they've got to get it to Dunstall. Wine's going back to help out. On he goes. Oh, poor hand pass. And the Bulldogs get away with a hand
Deere's
pass.
going to get the free kick. Now, why is he getting the free kick? Or is it going...
Well, it's going to Pritchard.
Yeah, it must be, yeah.
Now the chip pass is on here, the lead, and taken by Taylor. Now Wine's gone back to double team Dunstall. If he, and now Tallis has got into that hole at centre half forward on his own and receives a little short pass. So concentration on Dunstall can create avenues elsewhere.
Can he be the third goal kicker for Hawthorn? Tallis.
Well, Dunstall's kicked 7. Crawford's kicked 1. So Raiden Tallis from 45 metres. He sneaks it in for a goal. And Hawthorn probably needed that one because the momentum was going with the Bulldogs.
Been very impressive youngster since he's made his debut earlier in the year. Tallis from Eastern Rangers. In actual fact, he'd have a teammate out there who has gone off the ground playing for Footscray in Brad Nicholson, also from Eastern Rangers. And Daniel Hargraves in the reserves today. He's also an Eastern Rangers player.
Two minutes to go to half-time. Platten. Chasing his own footy out there. Well done, Pritchard to Platten. Chopped off by Stanfield. Platten and Liberatore at it again. And Platten sees the ball out. So he touched it about 3 times then, John Platten.
He's had 8 and 6, Drew. 8 kicks, 6 handballs.
And little Libber has had 6 and 6. Good battle.
Well, 2 great little gutsy players. Now here's Condon. Punch further afield, but straight to Atkins. The Bulldogs a chance here.
Good tackle. Great tackle.
Good tackle. Hawthorn, poor hand pass back towards Jenke. Allen, I should say. Allen couldn't trap it. Tallis is there. Socket off the ground. It's a loose ball. Ben Allen going back after it. Braced himself for the bump. Umpire calling play on as Graham is there and Allen. Allen shuffles it back to McGuinness. McGuinness to Jarman. That's good play because Jarman's pretty good on that left boot. He finds Anthony Condon. Now look at Platten running in support. He'll probably give it off to him here. Now he goes for the other option to Pritchard. Here's danger for Footscray because Dunstall is leading. How did he mark that in the middle of that pack? And how did Pritchard find him? Well, that is magnificent to watch.
Watch this. How did he, as Peter said, how did he find him?
Jason Dunstall for goal number 8. Kicks on, looks pretty good by the champ. 8 goals to this great player.
That's a sensational effort. He reminds me of a Collingwood full forward down at South Melbourne quite a few years ago who kicked, I think, 16-1. He was very accurate, just had a day out that particular day.
Who was it? Gordon Coventry, was it?
Yes, it was. It was a long time before I...
What number? Number 6?
Gee, doesn't it excite the crowd?
Well, he hasn't blooded his copybook. He hasn't kicked a point to date.
Dunstall today, 8 marks, 8 kicks, 8 goals straight. Oh, Platten through the middle. Dunstall again. Not quite, but he lays the tackle on. He's still in this contest.
It's a free kick.
It was a Footscray free kick. Advantage played. Quill clears the area. Crawford chasing hard. Goes to ground. Kellett goes off the ground. Costa comes back. Hunter. Mark Hunter after a stumble. Gets it to centre half forward. Grigich. Little hand pass to West. He bounces off Jenke. And there's the siren for half-time. Well, they steadied at the end, the Hawks. Dunstall has kicked 8 of their 10 goals, and they lead 10-1 to 6-5. To the second half. Hawthorn kicked the last 2 goals of the first half after Footscray really took the game up to them, and now the margin's 20 points.
And Lawrence has hurt himself, Drew. You see there he ran into the boot and he's hurt his knee. Scott Wine.
Good bounce by the umpire. Platten in there hard with Liberatore. Look at the 2 Brownlow medalists, like terriers.
2 tough little blokes, aren't they?
And Lawrence really is croppy. Third bounce to start the second half. Deere gets a hand to it. Liberatore. West. Back into the congestion. Here's Cameron. Hand pass intercepted by Jarman. Away to Collins. Over the top to Allen. Kick by Allen. One out is Dunstall. Crediuk with him. Crediuk should have taken the mark. Dunstall! Unselfishly once again to Hargraves. And Hargraves gets the goal.
Oh, well.
Now here is a full forward who could break the record, but he's spoiling his game. He's given 3 handballs.
Well, that was excellent work. Allen. Crediuk looked as if he could have taken the mark here. In right position, just didn't on the second attempt, but well done by Dunstall, flicking it over the top. And excellent work by Hargraves, just getting his foot the ball. Good passage.
Well, Dunstall's kicked 8 and been responsible for 2 others with handballs. Now, Pritchard couldn't get his boot to it. Wind in there. Jarman comes in. It'll be a bounce. But a good start to Hawthorn to start the 3rd term. Footscray were looking menacing about 5 to 10 minutes before the end of the 2nd term. And then Hawthorn kicked the last 2 goals of that stanza. Now, there's Jarman getting it down. Now, Atkins looks as though he's on the half-back line. Here's Condon. Going, that's good play to Jenke. Now Jenke will transfer play here. A dangerous kick, but Pritchard could know it's not Pritchard.
Oh.
It's in fact Crawford now holding the man then, so Footscray will take the kick.
I wonder if he's got stops or rubbers on, Peter.
Well, here's Kellett from the centre of the ground, bringing it out towards Costa. Good play by Jarman at the back. Oh, look at Langford running away from Grigich. Good play by Chris Langford, the captain. Onto the left foot, bring it down towards Hudson. Now Hargraves. Oh, the bounce favours Quill. And the umpire's going to say what? It's a free kick to Footscray.
A little late, that free kick. I believe that Hudson was holding the arm of Quill, but the umpire didn't see it.
Well, this is Peter Quill from half-back.
Free kicks 20 to 10 in favour of Footscray. And are the Hawthorn fans aware of it? Here's Kim Costa, just inside the boundary line at centre wing. Langford's come well up the ground. He's still there, standing the mark at the wing. Kick by Costa. Grigich. Pritchard a little touch. Jarman magnificent. Through he went to Graham. Now Langford chasing kicks. Langford to half forward. Taylor. Perfect kick by Langford.
He's good on the left foot, isn't he, Langford?
My word, I was just thinking the same thing.
Inside the 50. Hudson.
Good use of the body by Hudson. Just propping. He's also really heavy into the weights, Paul Hudson. You can see that he's built himself up quite a bit since last year.
A centering kick, and right on the 50 is Condon. Oh, he wanted to go on with it. Now, that's 3 possessions, and they've advanced the ball about 10 metres, but at least it's right in front for Taylor.
Important player, this man, for Hawthorn. Holding down centre half forward. Probably the most difficult position on the ground to play.
Kicking right on the 50. And a perfect kick. They're definitely getting some distance at that end. Bit of a breeze at their back, even though the flags don't look as though they're moving much.
From 50 metres, the former Fitzroy player, ex-Taswegian, letting go with a beautiful kick. His father Noel played for Hawthorn reserves in about 1964, 65, 66. Big solid fullback he was, left footer.
So a great start to the Hawks now. Someone's encroached into the square and it looks like a Hawthorn player, so it'll be a kick to Wine. Scott Wine wants to give off a hand pass. He does so. Short kick comes out towards Kellett. Kellett to the pocket. Grant punched away. Graham and Grant having a good battle down there. No bad player, Mark Graham, and a strong tackle on Grant. You can hear the shout of ball, and Ben Allen's hurt his head here. I wonder if there was a clash of heads. And the Hawthorn crowd, you could hear them bawl, but he really didn't have much chance, Chris Grant. So half forward for the Bulldogs. Oh, Allen used his body well. Here's Liberatore onto the left foot, up in front of the Footscray goal, and a free kick to Langford. He was held onto by Grigic, and you can hear the ironical cheers.
Langford, 7 possessions in general play. Out to Graham. Ball kept low. Hudson dropped the mark at half-back. Left it for Quill. West. Oh, Graham ran straight at him. McGuinness to Langford. To Allen. Allen goes for distance with a torpedo. Half-back to half-forward. Taylor interferes. Free kick to Stanfield. And Credihook has led from full-back, and Dunstall's come all the way with him up to the wing. That's the sort of game Dunstall is playing.
And the closest player to the Hawthorn goal is Wine, who is 60 metres from that goal.
Croft. Kick by Croft. Inside the 50 to Grant. He goes to ground. Allen gets back. West. Condon. Langford again. What a game he's playing. Put Condon under a bit of pressure. Off the ground, but Hawthorn back in numbers. Allen to Jenke. And 3 or 4 Hawks across the ground. Oh, what a choice he had.
Well, they can find McGuinness here. Oh, they've got the loose man going. Oh, a poor kick. But McGuinness still gets away from Atkins. Not having a good day, Simon Atkins. Now McGuinness. Down to Dunstall. Credihook's there. Oh, look at Dunstall. Fantastic play. And then hooks it out of the pack. That was good play. Platten grabbed high as they charge in after it. And umpire letting it go.
It's a real rugby scrum there.
It is a rugby scrum. Oh, boy. And you can hear the hoots. But still, I'd rather see umpires let it go than keep playing ticky-touch with ones.
Wind wins this one. Watts goes for the boundary line. Ball out of play at half-back for Footscray. Hargraves and Taylor have added goals in this quarter for Hawthorn. 73 to 41. Footscray haven't added.
Well done by Paul Deere.
Liberatore gets the ball. Here's Collins, forward of centre wing. Close to the boundary line. It's out of bounds on the full.
So Footscray really have to get a move on here. Now this is Jason Watts. He looks very much like Mark Hunter in the way he moves, actually. Finds Rowan Smith. He kicked a nice goal in the second term on his left foot. Taylor at the back fly. Dougie Hawkins. He went without it. Here's Taylor trying to get it out towards the direction of Allen, and the umpire said it's a free kick for Taylor. And again, the ironical cheers. Now Taylor has found someone to kick it to. It's Jenke, and his kicking's normally good. He's looking for Dunstall. Oh, he couldn't quite. Well, he got there, but he couldn't hang on to it. Here's Crawford. He's brought the ground. Hargraves lays the tackle. They're still going on with it. And here's little Liberatore saving the day.
Just beats the attempted tackle. Kick by Libber to half-back. And the mark to Stanfield.
It was a great tackle on Crawford by Hunter.
Ellis takes the mark.
Playing at centre-half back and wearing the number of Peter Foster, who was a great stalwart for that club at centre-half back.
Craig Ellis in just his 6th senior game. Here's West, smothered by Jenke. Hawthorn have it. Allen. Well, Leon Cameron was the only Bulldog there amongst 3 Hawks. Cameron got the ball. Zigzagging into the forward line. Attempt by Allen over the top.
Oh!
Kicked it too far, out of bounds on the full.
If he went back the other way, he had 2 loose men right behind him, but he couldn't see them, of course. Now, Rowan Smith chips it across to Cameron. He can bring it in towards Atkins. Atkins in the centre of the ground.
He's had a quiet day.
He's had his hair cut, not short of hairdo, as he brings it in towards the pocket. Grigic and Grant. Graham, the flyer.
Oh.
No mark, says the umpire. Would you have paid it, Don?
Well, looking from my position, I would say yes. The umpire right there in a position. Watch this. Who got hands to it? No, that's fair enough. Good decision, because Grigic was the one who had it on the first attempt.
Yeah, Grigic and Langford. Liberatore loses the ball in the tackle. Around the corner goes Scott West. Players have to commit themselves. And a good mark to little Shane Crawford. Around the corner he goes in the Paul Deere direction. Gee, he trapped that well. He got a fortunate bounce, of course. Deere wide, 2-on-2 here. The ball will hit the deck. And Watts gets it to Cameron. Back to Watts. Here's Hunter. They've gone very, very wide here. Rowan Smith at half forward, calling for Grigic to lead. Now they've got a chance here. Grant and Grigic, plenty of height. Thump down towards Jarman. Jarman cleverly gets it back to Condon.
Condon's pass. Oh, dropped in short, but it flipped off the fingers and found Collins. That was the original target. Gowers to Allen. Allen with time. And then kicked it straight to the opposition. Wine gets a bad bounce. Quill helps him out. Peter Quill, ex-West Australian.
There's a free kick going to Lawrence.
A high shepherd off the ball against Ellis.
See, they're costly, those sort of mistakes, aren't they? He kicks it quickly. Dunstall was one out.
Here's the lead from Dunstall. Thank you very much.
Well, he hasn't blotted his copybook.
Gee, isn't he quick on that lead, Don?
8 goals he's kicked and no points.
And despite the fact that he has a bad knee and a very heavy brace on it, he hasn't minded coming a long way from goal. Some of his kicks have been from a good 50 metres, and they've just been like tracer bullets. Oh, 9 straight.
That's the best effort I've seen from a forward as far as accuracy in going for goal. Sensational. Look at this. What more can you say? Well done. Stephen Lawrence getting the free kick, spotting Dunstall.
As I said, that's costly when you give those free kicks behind the play. Hawks on top. 13-1 is their kicking. Look at that punch by Grigic, a 35-metre punch. Smith gets it down to Costa. Costa around the corner. Grant and Graham. Grant takes front position, and that's a very good mark. They've had a good battle, those two, Don.
Yes, Grant looked as if he was getting on top in the second quarter. Just too big. Graham in front, then Grant establishing front position and using his height to advantage.
So Chris Grant from 30 metres directly in front. Stabs it low. It starts to drift. I think he's missed this. Oh, bad miss. They can't afford that.
Well, it's not the best kick for goal. We talk about Earl Spalding. Chris Grant, 4 points last week. He's kicked 2 today. In actual fact, Hawthorn have kicked the last 5 goals.
Yeah, that's Footscray's first score for this term. Langford kicks it 65 metres. Grigic, good mark. Very open forward line. He's given it straight back to Langford. Langford charges at it. Smith Oh, Jenke had to show courage off the ground and through for a minor score.
Take the ball with him though, Drew.
Was that the Hawk, was it?
And the Hawks wearing number 60. Anthony Condon. Oh, he's running close to the man, but he brings it to the half-back line. Gowers has got the height. Got his hand to it. Platten there to lay the tackle. Oh, good play by Hawthorn. Gowers can go inside to Lawrence. Lawrence can give it off to Allen. Where's Dunstall? He's on the lead. Over to Jarman. The lead's on. Out he comes Dunstall at the back. Have a look at that for football. Beautiful play, Hawthorn. All the way from the back pocket. Magnificent stuff. Dunstall going for goal number 10. Well, goal number 10 with 8 minutes to go to three-quarter time. How many is he going to kick from 50 metres? Dunstall. Oh, an ordinary kick. He had to finally prove he's human.
Would you call that a miss?
He didn't make the distance, so it's not a miss.
It's his first kick that hasn't scored a goal.
Didn't make the distance.
Well, I don't know. Do you think he was lining up for goal?
Certainly was, but that, sure, he's got plenty of soreness in that knee.
Still on the forward line. Here's Hargraves, open goal. Second goal this term to Tim Hargraves.
Plays as a half forward or forward pocket, Hargraves. Just fortunate coming through, finding space. They don't happen too often like that. Wearing number 22, a number made famous by the reserve grade coach at Hawthorn, Barry Rolls.
Yes, good little left footer. Eventually finished his career at Richmond, of course.
Captain of Richmond.
So Hawthorn getting right on top of a disappointing Footscray here. There's Grigic getting his boot to it towards Howard. Bad bounce for West, but he's good enough to go and get it again on the left foot. He'll look down here for Wind, and Langford's there also. Good smother that. Oh, look at the skill of Jarman, a one-handed pickup. Now, Crawford or Pritchard? It's Crawford. And he's finding Condon. They've got the loose man going here because he can go inside to Lawrence. Now where's Dunstall? He's not going to Dunstall, he's going to Hudson. Now if Hudson gets back quickly, he's got Jason Dunstall one out. He should kick it now.
Yes, he's a bit slow, Pete. He is a bit slow.
Well, now the lead's on. Is that a free kick? No, it's a mark to critical. That's too slow getting it down to a champion full forward.
Critical will go to Watts. Here's Hargraves, gives away the free kick with a push in the back. Jason Watts, best and fairest in a Werribee premiership side last year, takes the free kick to Hunter, who hasn't spoiled his record. 17 kicks, no handballs. Centre wing, McGuinness takes the mark and a clip round the ear.
Been marking well this year, Scott McGuinness.
Oh, Pritchard giving him movement. Goes long, Pritchard. A lot of players. Taylor very high at the back, overrun by Gowers. It's going Gowers' way. Chance for Dunstall yet. Here he is in the goal square. Jason Dunstall, number 10.
Well, it was a great effort by Taylor. He put himself in first with that punch. Here it is. Taylor will get up very high here. Ball to ground. Goes on forward. And that was a Footscray defender pushing it forward. Gowers, in turn, pushing it across to Dunstall for his 10th.
The great thing about electronic scoreboards is everybody on the ground is fully aware of how many he's got.
Hawthorn well on top. I don't think I've seen a better exhibition of team kicking. 15 goals won is unbelievable kicking for goal, isn't it?
And Pete, the one is a rush behind. There hasn't been a miss.
They actually haven't missed a shot that has travelled the distance. Now, Lawrence to the half-forward line. Oh, only one man went.
Oh, and he didn't take it.
No. Well, it's at half-back with the Bulldogs. They've had a very disappointing quarter. Here's Allen.
That's a free kick.
Said a free kick back
going Footscray's way.
And it looks like Peter Quill. It is.
I think Quill was the man who should have taken that mark.
No, I think it was Kellett, wasn't it?
Just under 6 minutes to three-quarter time, and Dunstall has 10 already. Kick to centre wing. Jarman didn't try too hard to keep that one in. He escorted that over the boundary line. So we'll have a throw in. The Rovers gather at the front of the pack. Platten and Liberatore. And they're just about contested at ground level. Allen, Crawford. And the ball's gone out of play. We'll have a throw in.
Just under 5.5 minutes till three-quarter time. Raiden Tallis. Well, Darren Baxter hasn't had a run yet against his old club. He's sitting on interchange at the moment. Very soft free kick that to Grigic. Centre wing. Grigic looking down here. Footscray player with Brad Nicholson couldn't keep it in, so a throw in halfway between centre wing and halfway. Very disappointing Footscray this term.
The other one who hasn't had a run is Matthew Young. I suppose that when you work out you've got the best 18 on the ground, you don't need to run a merry-go-round. Costa, and the ball out again. Bit of scrappy play here on the outer wing for the last minute or so. Condon. Lawrence.
He's working hard, Steve Lawrence.
Yes, he's showing a little bit of mobility, Pete, and he's also following up with a second effort there with a tackle, which is good to see a ruckman do that.
Here's Crawford. Still plenty of run in these Hawks. Big ground doesn't bother them. They love it. Graham to Allen. Long kick. Dunstall again.
It's unbelievable.
You just know he's going to get the ball.
And Pritchard coming off. Tallis coming on for Hawthorn.
Well, Steve Critical can't do a thing about this at the moment. They're moving it so quickly down to him.
That was Graham initially getting it to Allen, and Allen in turn with a long 40-metre pass to the leading Dunstall.
Vice-like hands.
That's his 11th mark. Another kick from 50.
He's hooked it.
Oh, he's missed. And the crowd's booing.
It should be off the ground.
That's 10 goals, 1 to Dunstall.
Take him off. I think Footscray would love to see him go off.
And that's the first miss for any Hawk off the boot.
Well, still magnificent kicking. 15-2. As the ball's brought back to the half-back area, Lawrence, free kick. No, he's playing the mark instead. Grigic says Stanfield. Oh, they're in trouble here because look, he's got it. Jarman giving it back. Platten loses the ball in the tackle. Ben Allen. Scott West. Onto Atkins. Now Liberatore. Oh, wobbly kick. Oh, Collins with courage. Now a chance for Nicholson on the left foot. Tries to bend it back. Will it make the distance? It's no mark. It's still in play, and now it rolls over the line for a behind to the Bulldogs.
Has Chris Langford hurt himself? No, he's all right. There's nobody on the mark. He could kick it to himself and keep going. Ray Jenke, look, no one on the mark.
So he thinks, oh, I'll kick it 60 metres. Collins goes for a big line. Yep.
Against Collins.
Nicholson now on the forward line. He's one of those who was beaten by Dunstall. Dunstall's had 4 opponents. Mark to Croft here.
McGuinness's man.
Just his 3rd game for the season, Croft. One of the inclusions, one of the 6 inclusions today. Good kick by Atkins. Who started the game all right, Simon Atkins. Croft, distance 40 metres. Looks all right. No. So they are still goalless in this quarter.
They haven't looked good all day, really.
Well, I thought they did, Peter.
Well, for a
in that
short
second
period.
quarter there, they looked as if they were going to catch Hawthorn.
Yeah, but
Hawthorn only went in with a lucky break of 20 points at half-time.
Hawthorn have looked a far more skilled side to me. Here's Tallis at halfback. Oh, he actually left it at the last second.
Well, he heard McGuinness.
So McGuinness obviously calling. Now Lawrence is out wide. Is he going to look for him? Grigic is getting out there as well. And oh, look at that. Jarman in the centre of the pack. Gives it on to Crawford. Crawford, the chip pass. Taylor couldn't take the mark. Stanfield tries to break the tackle. He succeeds. And Jarman, the flyer at the back. He goes back in after it again, Darren Jarman. Soccers it away. Let's see what he can do. Still going on. Good play by Jarman because he forced it on to Condon. Condon back to Jarman. Oh, cleverly done by Jarman.
Excellent.
That is brilliant play. On to Crawford. Now Taylor. Now where's Dunstall? The lead is on. Out he comes. Crediuk and Dunstall. Still going on with it, Jason Dunstall. Oh, look at that as he gives it back to Lawrence. Lawrence, a blind turn. Races into goal, and Steve Lawrence has missed.
Well, have they blotted their copybook now? Their last 2 scoring shots have been behinds. 15-3 Hawthorn, 6 goals, 9 Footscray. Footscray this quarter, just 4 behinds. Kick straight up the centre. Minute and a half to go to 3/4 time. Here's Atkins. Hawthorn fans want another free kick. Liberatore just beats Platten. It's coming back. It is a free kick to Atkins. And the free kicks now are 27-14 in favour of Footscray.
With a side that's, 9 goals behind or something. It's amazing how that can work sometimes, isn't it? So here's Simon Atkins at half-back. Paul Deere sets himself. Oh, can't mark Platten. Oh, free kick to Platten. No! Oh, Liberatore. Bring it back to half. Gowers has got to set himself and he takes a nice mark. Now he can give it off to Jarman and Collins here. Now, oh, the loose man out there is Condon. Condon calling for it. He's got to wait underneath a high ball. And Condon has marked. He can give it off to Jenke. Yes, he will. So Ray Jenke at centre wing. He'll go over the top. He's got Shane Crawford. Crawford, the former Assumption College star. Oh, look at it's slipping over was Hudson. And again, you ask the question, what stops has he got in those boots? Are they the rubbers?
.47 seconds to 3/4 time. It's inside the 50. Dunstall might be a chance to get one more. At the back, Tallis. Here's Dunstall, a bouncing ball. Dunstall! Oh, he had it spent, lost it. It's back in the goal square. One boot only for Watts.
Well done.
Hargraves, a high tackle. Really thumped him hard and high. It's on behind play.
What an effort by Dunstall. He is exceptionally quick.
Well, he's not only kicked all these goals, he has given 6 handballs. He's run down to centre wing to stay with his man. It's just been a perfect game.
Watts. Grigic. Big Ilya Grigic. Brings it to Grant. Grant and Graham. I've enjoyed that contest. Young Mark Graham looks all right, Don. As brought across to Quill. Now Liberatore. Time's going to run out before anyone else can score. And as Liberatore kicks it, the siren sounds to end a good quarter for Hawthorn. Jason Dunstall's kicked 10, and the Hawks at 3/4 time, 15-3, 93 lead the Bulldogs, 6-9-45. And Lawrence in there. So the umpire about to bounce the ball to start this final quarter at Waverley, where Hawthorn well in command, 15-3 to 6-9, where the champion full forward Jason Dunstall has kicked 10 of those 15 goals and given a couple away as well.
Chance of 8 or 9 in the last quarter, Pete?
Oh, I don't think so, Drew, but I'm sure he'll get a couple. There's Simon Atkins, a quick kick down towards the half-forward line. Smith tries to knock it on. Here's Gowers, who's been a pretty good player. On to Ben Allen. Hawthorn's skill level very, very high. Tackle is by Hudson. That allows Taylor to get it to Condon. Now Condon gets onto his right foot. He's looking for Paul Deere. Wine comes in from the back. Crediuk is there. And also Jason Watts. And Watts onto the left foot, trying to bend it back. Players have to be committed here. The bounce favours the Bulldogs, and Nigel Callett grabs it.
To Leon Cameron. Now to West. He had to go to all fours to gather that one. Back to Cameron. Oh, well played, Cameron. He's kicked to full forward. Grigich with the gardening gloves. Croft. 25 metres out. Back over his shoulder. Nicholson. He interfered. It was going to be a Hawthorn free kick advantage and taken by Langford. They have to work it all the way up the ground again. Graham just behind centre half back. Little hand pass. Jenke. Condon. Unmarked as Gowers, and he seems to have been in this position a lot today, Andy Gowers. Jason Taylor just forward of centre wing. Dunstall still back in the goal square. Disappointing kick by Taylor, but dropped by Quill.
Yes, a bad miss. This could be holding the ball. This, no. Umpire calling play on as we see Mark Hunter kicking it out towards centre wing, but Hawthorn well in control. Taylor again brings it in towards Steve Lawrence, who gives it to Pritchard. Now, where's Dunstall? The lead will be on here for sure. Out he comes. Bang. Hits him on the chest, and he'll go line up for goal number 11. Is he going to give it off? He thought about giving it. He is going to give it off to Hudson, and the crowd didn't like it. Unselfish play again, and Hudson will kick from 30 metres.
Isn't he breaking all the rules of the full forwards union?
No, full forwards have been unselfish since the game started, Drew. We all know that.
Since Dunstall started playing.
Well, he is a bit unusual for full forward. He will chase, tackle and harass the back men.
Paul Hudson kicks and puts it through. So Hudson has kicked his first. Now, Dunstall has been responsible for, I would say, 14 goals. He's kicked 10 himself and given off 3 or 4.
Yep.
It's been an excellent effort by Dunstall. Also well done by Pritchard. Little tap on or hand pass from Lawrence to Pritchard, and then Pritchard in turn to Dunstall.
Gee, Hawthorn once kicked 41 behinds in a game. Today there's 16-3.
It was against St Kilda, Drew, wasn't it?
I don't know, but gee, the goal umpires got sick and tired of waving the one flag. And the fullback would have had leather poisoning kicking in, wouldn't he?
I think that score came up in the mid-70s out at Princes Park.
Were you playing, Don?
Yes, Pete.
Matthew Young about to get his first run for the game. And one of the other interchanges, Darren Baxter, we haven't seen at all. Hunter, quiet third term after a great first half.
Langford coming off, interesting. A Young about to come on for Hawthorn.
Gee, he played a top game too, the captain.
Great player. They need him in too. Here's Kim Costa. He's racing down to the half-forward line. He's set sail for home. A one-on-one contest. Croft, a good attempt to mark. Oh, just couldn't snaffle it.
Good harassment by McGuinness not to give away a free kick too.
Yes, in that situation you're often tempted to crash into the player and give away the free.
Here's Collins from the back pocket. Crawford.
A lot of the sting's now gone out of the game. 50 points, 53 points of difference.
Platten, no mark. Liberatore comes in with a chance. Wasn't that a mark?
Oh, this umpiring has been ordinary.
Umpire Chris Mitchell getting a bit of an earful there from Platten.
That's
No.
in hindsight, the umpire might have been right, but the Hawthorn supporters have not liked it. The free kick's well in favour of Footscray.
Hawkins coming on for Footscray and Scott Wine going off.
Well, Wine's still short of a gallop, isn't he?
6 possessions today.
And here's Platten going to ground. And umpire Chris Mitchell will come and bounce. Platten playing on Liberatore. What a contest. Here's Grigich, the big thump away. Callett. Oh, that Crawford's a good little player. He allowed Hargraves to come in, but Crawford did the heavy work. Pritchard
Well
over
done,
the back
Pritchard.
row, went for the fist. Coming away is Leon Cameron. But, oh, there he is again, Gowers. Seems to be everywhere. He's 6'3", playing on a wing.
20 possessions, Gowers, and 7 marks. Jarman, look at the Hawks up here. Allen had time to fumble it. Dunstall approaching, but the goal's over his head from Jenke. In fact, Ray Jenke misses.
And he's playing on the back line too, Jenke.
Back to the back line, Raymond.
That's where he's trotting.
Well, I'll just have a look for Ray Jenke. Not usually the kicker of a lot of goals. 25 in his career and 145 games.
So Steve critical. Gowers flies. Oh, he didn't mark it. Ben Allen still going on with it. Allen. Yeah. Hand pass comes from West. Further afield to Ellis, and the Bulldogs kick away towards the half-back line where Liberatore sprints clear, looking for Dougie Hawkins wearing the number 60. Matthew Young, Hawkins again. That could have been a free kick to Hawkins in the back. Yes. And the Footscray champ, who's edging towards Ted Whitten's games record.
4 to equal.
Brings it in. And the mark taken by Rowan Smith. Now he'll have to kick from 60 metres.
Footscray's last goal too, Peter, was at the 20-minute mark of the second quarter. Interesting, isn't it? Not a score or a goal in this, the second half.
Rowan Smith. Long kick up towards the square. Grant, a brilliant mark. Chris Grant has marked right in the square. 2 bites of the cherry and an excellent mark.
And the actual fact they've only kicked 4 points. 5 points in the second half. And a lot of those were rushed too.
So Chris Grant for his 3rd from directly in front. And it's a goal.
His 3rd, Chris Grant. He's kicked 2 goals, 3.
So 16-4 plays 7-10.
It seemed to be a promising term, the second for Footscray. They got within 15 points. And that was a brilliant mark too by Grant. And they looked as if they're going to catch Hawthorn, but Hawthorn came out after half-time, and as I just said, really kept Footscray nearly scoreless, only not kicking a goal, kicking a number of points.
Back in the middle. Grigich palms down to Liberatore. That's perfect ruck and rover combination. Costa. Croft, no mark. Young gets the hand pass away to Graham. Graham's kicked wide for Pritchard. He's outnumbered 2 to 1 here, Darren Pritchard. Atkins going with him. Oh, he beats them both. Now support from Deere. Kick by Deere. Taylor. And the ball out of play at half forward for the Hawks.
Coloured off, and Southern coming on for Footscray.
Well, Taylor at centre half forwards made a big difference to the Hawks. Instead of just having Dunstall as a focal point, they can bomb it in long to half forward. And no man is there to take a mark. That could have been a free kick to Condon. He'll play on here, I'd say. Yes, off he goes. He'll look for Dunstall. The lead is on. Dunstall can't mark, but he can grab this. Doesn't get a favourable bounce. Sock it away. The race is on again now. This looks like Crawford with pace. Geez, quick.
He's run hard today, Crawford.
Look at him go. He runs hard all the time. On to Young. On to Gowers. Gowers back to Young. He's brought down from behind. And the loose ball is grabbed by West. Brings it towards centre wing. Up they go. Grant and Graham. Graham peeling for the free kick. He's got backup support. Good play by Graham. Back it comes to Crawford from Lawrence.
Kick by Crawford. Grigich. Hargraves climbs all over him. Grigich will take the free kick.
There's a bit of a dust up behind between Grant and Graham. Graham didn't like the attention he received from Grant from that tackle. Went over and remonstrated.
Footscray ball. Once they peel the protagonists apart. Brad Nicholson. Started on the back line, now forward. Been benched about 3 or 4 times. Hawkins is there, stays down. Good mark by McGuinness.
She's taken some great marks this year, McGuinness.
Yep, 5 marks today, 17 possessions. Now Collins.
He's an improved player, Scott McGuinness. Condon's been a terrific player all year. Very, very consistent. Good kick to Taylor, who's covering a lot of territory. Jason Taylor, another player that Fitzroy have lost over the years. Now Lawrence gives it to Condon. Here's Platten, a little rover, tries to break the tackle. Back it comes to Lawrence. Scott West to mop up onto the right foot, finds Atkins. Atkins chips it in towards half forward. It won't be a mark to Croft, I wouldn't think. No, socket off the ground by Nicholson. Back it comes to Young, and Young will mop up from half back.
Now watch the Hawks go. Down the outer side. Taylor just on centre wing. Hargraves peels off. But the hand pass goes further to Gowers, who's had most of his possessions 30 metres in the clear. Allen, Dunstall leading. Too high for him, but it comes back. Hudson paddling the ball for Lawrence. Still a chance for Dunstall. Hudson snaps for goal in the goal square. This time Jenke. A rare goal to Ray Jenke.
That's his 26th career goal. He had a shot earlier and it kicked the point. Ray Jenke playing off the half back line. Ball just a little too high for Dunstall. Finessing Hawthorn. Lawrence should have got his body really behind that. And there's Jenke all by himself.
A backman kicking a goal, they love it.
And Hargraves coming off. Baxter, I think, is coming on for Hawthorn. For Hawthorn, yes.
Darren Baxter against his former club. Platten. Hargraves getting the cheers of the crowd. Good mark to Barry Stanfield, who's had a fairly quiet day. So the boy from Fish Creek, town that produced Wayne Wiedemann of the Crows, of course. So the kick comes across from Nicholson to Cameron. Leon Cameron, centre wing. Sting gone right out of this game. Quill to the half forward line. Graham and Grant again over the back as Gowers having a very big day out in that wing. Lopes away. Graham copped one high there, and it had to be a free kick to Mark Graham. He's on a good player in Grant, but he stuck to his guns.
A lot of athleticism. Got a great spring, has Mark Graham.
Kick to centre wing. Taylor takes the mark. Pritchard bursts the tackle. He goes without the ball and then shrugs the tackle. Well, he beat Smith twice then. Young to Jenke. Kicked 2 goals this year, Ray Jenke. That's pretty flashing. It Jarman back to Pritchard. A kick and hope that one. A high one. Deere can't take the mark. Plucked away by Cameron. Burst through the tackle. Leon Cameron.
Cameron still going on with it. Scott West. Oh, he nearly run down by Crawford. Good attempt. Here's Croft back with the flight. He dropped the mark. Still going on with it, Croft. Here's Grant. Back to Nicholson. Nicholson around the corner, tries to bend it back, but he bends it back too far. One behind only.
Should have taken that, Croft. It was a rather easy chest mark. At least he was running with a flight of the ball, but a player playing in this type of football should have taken it.
Mark Graham. Bring it back into play. Gowers couldn't mark West. Hand pass, Nicholson. Onto the left foot goes Hunter. In towards full forward, touched on the line. So another behind on Footscray.
Pete, I'd like to ask you a question. Would Dunstall be happy if he was taken off now? He's got 10. The game's well won.
I think he would be, actually. It's, with that, he's got bursitis of the knee, and he's a team player. He wouldn't be worried about individual tallies, I wouldn't think, and the game's won.
See, Langford came off, and Dunstall started with 5 in the first quarter, then went 3 and 2, so he's slowing down. Pritchard from half-back. Gee, cleverly grabbed there. Well done by Ellis. Kick not as good as the gather, and the ball bounces out of bounds. 8 minutes to go in the game, and it's 106 to 54.
Platten, beautiful hit out from Lawrence to Young. The advantage paid. It would have been a free kick to Platten. Here's Matthew Young. He's looking down towards the direction of Hudson. Ellis chops off the lead and takes the mark. Hudson racing at him now. One-on-one contest here. Oh, that's good play by Gowers. He made an enormous amount of ground. Costa off the ground. Baxter races after it. Jarman tried to tap it back. Racing Platten. Gets it to Jarman. Jarman cleverly to Taylor. Taylor looking for an option. Now he handballs over the top. Baxter. He'll look for Dunstall. No, it's smothered as the players ran towards him. Here's Condon. Back to Taylor. Jason Taylor. Hudson. Can't mark. And this is Peter Quill to mop up across the face of goal, and he finds Griggage.
Floats the hand pass over the top. Cameron at half-back. Atkins just short of centre wing. First game for Footscray and the seniors since Alan Joyce came across as coach. 23 possessions for Atkins. Pritchard. Platten had his back to it. Graham. Jarman, great vision. Jenke off half-back. Platten kept going.
Oh.
His head gets through. Deer. Good hand pass. Ray Jenke for number 2. And he's kicked it. Poster.
Oh, gee, Dunstall could have nearly... He knows he could have marked that, and he thought it was going through. Well, Ray Jenke all of a sudden deciding he's a forward. Sneaking down, having a couple of shots. He's had 3 shots for goal and kicked 1. Now the kick out wide finds Cameron. That was from Smith. West receives from Cameron. Oh, here's a man all on his own down here. It's Chris Grant. He can sprint clear. Will he kick it on the left or the right? He'll have to kick it on the left. He shoots it in towards goal, but it's marked right on the line by Scott McGuinness. Now McGuinness can chip it back to Ben Allen. He's played well, Allen, in defence. Oh, look at this, loose men everywhere for Hawthorn out here. Here's Darren Baxter. He'd be enjoying
Gowers again.
Gowers having a picnic in the second half.
He had Cameron to start off with.
24 possessions, 12 and 12. Good mark here to Taylor.
How many marks is that, Taylor? That is 13 marks.
Kick by Taylor in the direction of Deer. Backs into Southern. The ball clears him. At the back, Condon on the 50. Concedes ground to Crawford. Good pickup. Allen. Holding the man. Free kick to Allen. Dunstall on the edge of the goal square.
Kick it long. He's one out, Dunstall.
Now for Dunstall. The kick by Allen. It's wide. 45 metres out. He's got it again. What a day Jason Dunstall has had. One of the most unselfish games at full forward you could see, but he's kicked 10 as well. And going now for number 11. 13 marks, 13 kicks, 6 handballs, and he's kicked 10 goals, 1. Hudson coming off the ground as Dunstall from 50. No. Gowers!
Oh!
Yes, the mark paid.
Actually, that wasn't a good kick off the beat by Dunstall. Didn't drop it correctly, hence it didn't spin through the air in the right fashion. But what a great leap by Gowers. Some question as to whether he actually did control it to ground. The Footscray player saying no, he didn't. But he's got a real chance here, Gowers, yet to kick a goal.
Kick by Gowers. Here's a goal.
Well, Hawthorn only had one avenue to goal in the first half, and that was Jason Dunstall. Although one goal was kicked by Darren Jarman, and also Raiden Tallis featured. But since then, 5 other fellows have contributed to the scoreboard.
So Lawrence takes on Griggage. Griggage, he loves that big bump. That one went about 30 metres to Grant. Grant around the corner down towards the pocket. Out comes Croft. Oh, he's dropped another chest mark. That's 2 in 5 minutes by Croft. On to Kellett. Kellett caught. Scott McGuinness, good play by Jenke. He was the one who put on the pressure. McGuinness again races back after it. Socket away in front of goal. Taken by Young. That was good play. Jenke. Oh, look at plenty of time, Ray Jenke, to go back towards the line and put it over.
Footscray got to within 8 points of the Hawks about 5 minutes before half-time. But it's been all Hawthorn for just about all of the day. Smith on the boundary line. Not a bad kick right to the goal square. And a great leap by Collins. It's a shame when you get up that high and all you're doing is conceding and behind. Should have tried the mark.
He really looks as though he loves his football, Andy Collins. Enthusiastic little bloke, tough as nails. There's the kick to Tallis. He was grabbed. Nothing happening. And Tallis in after it again. Grant working hard. Now West. Oh, he's kicked it straight to Johnny Platten, who couldn't believe his luck. He had his back turned, ready to cover his man that fell into his arms. And the champion little rover.
Oh, he's gone way backwards.
No, but Jenky's pretty clear, so it didn't matter. And Jenky goes back into the fray. Here's Scott McGuinness. Finds Mark Graham. And Graham on the left. Oh, look at this. Lawrence on his own, 30 metres clear.
And Taylor dashing up towards the 50. The kick goes in Taylor's direction. Mark number 14. Dunstall in the goal square. Taylor gets rid of it quickly. Goal or a pass? It's a kick for a goal.
His second. Jason Taylor tried hard last week, 2 out at Collingwood. Platten coming off for Hawthorn. Hargraves back on, receiving the plaudits of the Hawthorn crowd. John Platten. An excellent battle between he and Tony Liberatore today. Crawford now going onto the ball. Hargraves on wing.
Back with the centre. Lawrence slips over. It's tapped towards Jarman. Oh, casual. Baxter goes to ground. Costa caught.
Great tackle.
Scott West, a quick kick to the halfway line. Andy Collins dives, traps it well. Socket away by McGuinness. Croft and McGuinness. And still in play, actually, this. And that's a free kick against Andy Collins. No. Thought he got into the back of his opponent then. The umpire to bounce. Just over 2 minutes of play left in this game.
Dunstall looks as though he might finish with 10. He had 10 at three-quarter time. Ball out of play. 2 minutes left. Yeah, taking some champs off in the last quarter. Langford and Platten. And Dunstall, who has a heavily bandaged knee, is staying out there. Grigich to Atkins. To the edge of the goal square. Off hands it comes. Keller to snap. And he's curled it for a goal.
Nigel Callett's first goal. Well, as I said earlier, a lot of stingers gone out of this game. People making their way, realising the Footscray have got no hope at all. And there's Kellett on and off the bench today. Now playing across half forward.
And back with the centre bounce. Lawrence and Grigich have both jumped early. Here's Darren Baxter, couldn't get his boot to it. Liberatore to West. Scott West now. Graham back with the flight and a good mark. Now he's sprinting clear. Now look at Gowers.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
Out in his own again. Down towards Taylor. Well, another mark to Taylor as he played a great game. And the mark taken for the Bulldogs at halfback by Rowan Smith.
Yeah, Taylor, 25 possessions and 15 marks at centre half forward. That is a big day. Oh, well done by Baxter. He charged at it. He went over the head of Dunstall. Here's Crawford. Oh, good mark!
He should have actually given that to Dunstall, Baxter.
Boy. He kicked it, surely not. No, the umpire's saying he was over his mark.
So Shane Crawford will come back and kick for goal. He kicked 1 in the first quarter. In fact, at one stage, Dunstall had kicked 8 and Crawford was the only other goal scorer. And I reckon on that previous goal by Taylor, and give Dunstall another stat, he shepherded it through. But here's Crawford.
His second. His first came in the second quarter as a push on by Dunstall. Here's Baxter, had Dunstall in front, decided to go goalward, and here's Crawford now playing as a rover, getting deep into that forward line.
A strong overhead, Crawford.
He's a strong little fellow. He's now back on centre wing. Who have they got? Hargraves on the ball now. Hawthorn. There's Crawford in the foreground.
49 seconds left in this game. Grigich and Lawrence. Lawrence with the left hand. This is Cameron. Leon Cameron, very strong on the left. He's looking down here for Atkins. He didn't have the pace to get there. Young had the pace. So the interchange player, Matthew Young, a beautiful kick, finds Tallis. They're off and running here. He draws the player, finds Hargraves. Hargraves goes inside. That's Crawford. A few of the youngsters combining here. Hargraves again, an ordinary kick, but Dunstall has it chopped off in front of him. And that's Peter Quill taking it to the line.
12 seconds left. For the boundary throw-in. Clean possession, Grigich. Here's Taylor. Stanfield. There's the siren. Big win of the Hawks. And Jason Dunstall kicked 10. Was goalless in the last quarter. But he thrilled us, particularly in the first half, with some superb full forward play. Youngsters there, Hargraves, and they've produced the youngsters, brought them on with Crawford and so on. And Jason Taylor, what sort of a game did he play? His stats were fantastic. 15 marks and 25 possessions. Hawthorn 125, Footscray 61.